Hey guys, I'm Jessica Lee. Thanks for tuning into Desi's Live and my show Dorama, where I review different Asian dramas and films each week. So this week I wanted to talk about the newest and hottest drama, or South Korean drama, Reborn Rich, which was recently released on November 18th, so just a couple days ago. This drama follows the story of Yoo Hyun-Woo, who's played by the lovely Song Joong-Ki, Hyun-Woo is the team manager of Soonyang Conglomerate. And so despite only being a high school graduate, Hyun-Woo has worked for Soonyang for over 10 years and faithfully serves the CEO of the company as well as his family. However, Hyun-Woo's work honestly is similar to that of a servant. He kind of has to get the front of the work and kind of gets always the short end of the stick from doing tedious jobs such as, just organizing events all the way up to like changing toilet seats. But once the Soonyang CEO begins to fall ill and the company faces increased media scrutiny for claims regarding embezzlement and fraud, Hyun-Woo eventually finds evidence of a foreign shell company illegally siphoning over $600 million from Soonyang. And so Hyun-Woo is then given the task to recollect all of those international assets and bring them back to Korea for the company. And upon unfortunately successfully acquiring all that stolen money, Hyun-Woo is accused of embezzlement by the Conglomerate family and is murdered while he's overseas. And so all of a sudden, Hyun-Woo wakes up in the back of a car in an unfamiliar body and kind of totally unfamiliar surroundings. So sick to his stomach, Hyun-Woo exits the vehicle and suddenly realizes that he's been transported all the way back into time to the year 1987 and is in the body of Jin Do-jun, who is the youngest grandson of the Jin family that also owns, coincidentally, Soonyang Conglomerate. However, given Hyun-Woo's extensive knowledge of the Jin family tree, Hyun-Woo is unfamiliar with his new body and has honestly never heard of Do-jun before. So given how quick on his feet he is, Hyun-Woo quickly adapts to the sudden change and fully accepts his new life as Do-jun and begins meeting with his grandfather, Jin Yang-chul, who's played by Lee Sung-min. Initially, Yang-chul shuns Do-jun and his parents. However, Do-jun quickly changes his grandfather's perception and mind of his family after leveraging, Hyun-Woo's business acumen and knowledge of the future. So Do-jun successfully wins over Yang-chul's favor despite, the apparent disapproval of his scheming aunts and uncles. Hyun-Woo quickly excels as Do-jun and eventually, goes on to receive an acceptance into Seoul National University's law school and begins to plan his takeover of Soonyang and eventually identify and ultimately hold his murderer accountable. So enough about the background. Let me kind of give you my honest thoughts about the first two episodes that I've so far watched. Honestly, in my opinion, the first episode of Reborn Rich, it's a little rough. The first half is dry. It's predominantly focused around, the internal affairs of Soonyang and its succession plan, kind of how it's going to go about navigating all this public scrutiny regarding, their claims surrounding embezzlement and fraud. But it's also a little bit difficult to watch just because the Jin family, honestly, it's kind of flat. They're kind of boring. All they care about is power. That's kind of the only thing you can get. They aren't too entertaining to watch. But honestly, that first half of the episode, it's a necessary evil. It's just something that you got to battle through. You got to trust the process that Song Joong-Ki will deliver a great drama. And it quickly begins to pick up once Hyun-Woo is unfortunately murdered. And so that first episode really kind of provides the background for understanding Hyun-Woo's dedication to the company as well as how he's mistreated by the Jin family. But honestly, like I mentioned earlier, it really does begin to pick up and becomes exponentially more interesting once Hyun-Woo becomes Do-jun. So by successfully leveraging his knowledge of the 1987 election results and honestly all of his business insight that he's picked up over the past 10 years, Hyun-Woo / Do-jun quickly becomes highly favored by the grandfather Yang-chul. It's also really entertaining to watch Do-jun, who's honestly, I think maybe he's 10 years old, kind of speak like an old man and a veteran businessman. So And it's really entertaining to just watch, his elders be surprised and kind of like thrown off by this sudden change in his personality. But honestly, I'm really excited to watch this drama. It seems really interesting. It seems like things are starting to pick up. And I'm really excited to just see Hyun-Woo finally receive all that respect and education that he's really deserved and begin his mastermind plan to usurp and disrupt all of the power dynamics and dysfunctionality within the Jin family. So thanks for tuning into my show. Can't wait for you guys to tune in next week and hear my next review.